welcome to another episode of Some of Our Parts, the podcast where two friends talk about the movies that add up to make us who we are. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Jim. And this week it was Lindsay's selection. Lindsay, what'd you have us watch this week?
This week, no particular reason or like theme or anything. I just wanted to pick a movie that I really love that I is probably one of my most quoted movies, like on a daily basis in my life. It is My Big Fat Greek Wedding from 2002.
Ooh, good selection. And I remember seeing this movie at the theater when it came out with my wife, so we really enjoyed this. I'm assuming you saw it when it came out in the theaters?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I might have seen it with my dad because it came out when I was almost 12, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
just shy of 12. So I might have seen it with my dad or maybe my friends, but I saw it in theaters and I own it on DVD. And it is one that my friends and I watched together many times
Oh, okay.
and continue to do so. This is a movie that if it's on, I will turn it on.
I, watching this, and then I was talking to my wife about it because it's been a long time, and I told you it's been a long time since I'd seen the movie, and I forgot how good it is and
Mhm.
how funny it is. But I don't think you see it on TV as often as you used to. It used to be a staple, I would think.
Yeah, yeah. Now it comes on, I think it's like HBO has it now. So like I have
Oh,
HBO, so like it'll come on
oh,
HBO occasionally and I'll watch it there.
okay.
But
Does the other ones come on as well, or do they usually just use this one?
yeah, I haven't seen the third one ever. I've watched the second one because it was also on HBO.
Uh-huh.
Or like on HBO Max. Maybe I streamed it there, but I haven't seen them come on as much, but I think they have all of them like on HBO Max.
Okay.
So I have to watch the third one. I'm sure it's dumb because the second one was like worse than this one, and I'm
Ye-
sure the third one is even worse. But like it's I have
it-
to watch it. Although the dad is not in it because the actor died, and like also they made that like a plot point that like the dad died, so they're like taking his ashes back to Greece. But I gotta give it the mother and Aunt Vula are still in it, so I have to give it a chance.
we've seen all three of them at the movie theaters because we liked the first one so much. We
Hmm.
really enjoyed it. You're right. The second and the third one aren't as good, but they're not bad. So
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't tell people, oh, don't watch, because I've said that before about other sequels of
Hmm.
don't watch the other ones. But yeah, they're okay because I think the core actors are really
Yeah.
bring a lot of charm and
Hmm.
to the movies, and then that continues even in the second and third one.
Yeah, I will say the second one still like made me laugh. Like it was
Oh,
still it wasn't like an not enjoyable experience. It's just like not as
yeah.
good as, the bar was set here.
True. Good point. But yeah, but it's yeah, a fun, enjoyable movie. And I can't remember when did it come out. I know it came out in 2002. Was it in the summertime though,
It
or
was
was it?
April
I,
2002.
I was gonna say I thought I remembered. I think we went for my birthday actually. So
Hmm.
come to think of it, but yeah, it's just a fun, feel good movie.
Yeah.
So excellent choice. So
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and a good romantic comedy,
mm,
good chemistry with the leads, which I think is always something that like is necessary as a central ingredient. Like I do think that you can like believe like, oh, these people
mm,
love each other,
mm-hmm.
So that's always something. And it has great dialogue, all the actors, especially like the family. Like Nia Vardalos and John Corbett are great, but like the family,
Oh yeah.
top notch. All the Greek stuff is hilarious. It's so funny. I say these things on a regular basis. I was telling Jim when I told him I picked this that like days before my friend had sent me a quote from this movie, just like in a conversation. Like that's how fresh it is in our minds, even though it
that
came
that
out
it's
almost 25 years ago.
that it's
Like,
ingrained in you all that you still use it in your conversations with each other. I think that's funny. So
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
it's a nice testimony to how much the movie meant to you. So
Yeah, it's just so great. It's just so great. And everyone is just like really firing on all cylinders. And yeah, it's lovely. Um, and I've been to Greece a couple times. I like there's a not insignificant like in the Baltimore area, there's a whole neighborhood called Greek Town. So there's a reasonable amount of like Greek immigrants in like this area. Like I remember one of my mom's friends was Greek, so we went to the Greek festival when I was a kid. And not long after I saw this movie, my mom's friend from work was getting married to a Greek woman. I
oh
mean, she was like American, like Tula,
yeah,
but like
yeah,
Greek. And so it was
uh-huh.
at a Greek Orthodox church, and it was not, there was no spitting. And
I
so
was
I was disappointed.
you didn't do it just to make sure that you
No,
that
because
they
no
they
one else
weren't
was
cursed.
doing it. No one else
Maybe
was
they were
doing
waiting
it.
on you to break the ice.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And we didn't stay the whole reception, so I don't know if they did any of like, the kind of dancing that we saw in the movie. But I
the
was very disappointed by, yeah, with like holding hands
yeah.
or breaking plates or so.
Hoppa.
Shots of ouzo. But I was very disappointed that there was no spitting at the ceremony. But it was all in Greek, so we didn't
Okay.
understand. Um, but yeah, I like that was really not long after this came out, and I was just like, what the hell? I've been misled.
Exactly. What is this urban myth that I've
Right,
learned that spitting is supposed to bring you good luck? So,
right. I will say maybe part of the other reason why this is fresh in my I decided to do this now is because I actually saw a comedy show not long ago. There's a comedian from Baltimore named Stavros Halkias, who's like parents are Greek immigrants.
oh,
So that's always like part of he grew up in Greek town. So like that's always part of his stand up about his family and growing up with Greek immigrant parents and having them having a restaurant and like all this stuff. So maybe that also was an influence on me picking it right now.
if I'm not mistaken, I think, and I'm just off the top of my head thinking, out of all the cast members, I think only two are actually Greek.
No, there's a few of them.
Is there? Okay,
Like
so
Nia Vardalos is Greek. The dad is actually Greek.
right, that's the
And I
two I
think the
was thinking of.
brother is actually Greek. I think cousin Nikki's actually Greek.
Oh, okay, all right.
So there's
Because
a
I
few of
saw there
them.
was a couple of people that were like from Australia. Uh,
Yes, but he's the brother is from Australia, but like
he's Greek. Okay,
he's of Greek origin. Yeah.
okay. So
And but I think a lot of other people are like Italian or Jewish.
right, I was gonna say
But I think there is there's overlap in culture, I think.
yes, yes. Well, there you have some Turks and some Turkish and you know Greek and probably
Hmm.
the probably the actor who portrayed
Mediterranean.
right there you go who portrayed his mother. I think she's Greek.
I think so too. Yeah.
By the way, she's still alive.
She's 104.
I know. I saw that. Is that
Shout out to
remarkable?
Yaya.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah. It's all
Yeah,
that
because I was like,
ouzo.
right. But yeah, she is, yeah, her parents were both immigrant Greek Jews. But yeah, I think that it's a great cast. It's a good story. It's just like a tight, like straightforward, like romantic comedy. And I think it's like a relatable experience probably for a lot of people. I think, it's a lot of the same issues that we were talking about when we watched Bend It Like Beckham of like sort of second generation immigrant parents and like this tension between like preserving the culture you came from and like adapting to the culture where you are and like this generational difference and stuff like that. So I think um yeah, it's just nice. It's just like this movie just makes me happy. I love hearing the all of these lines that live in my brain on repeat. Like they're like my earworms that are always going. If I hear anything similar, it's just great. And, shout out to Greece. It's lovely, great
I've heard
food.
it's they say it's very very pretty. It's lovely, and also I mean the just the history. It's
Right. Yeah, that's like the Parthenon. Like there
hmm
is nothing in this country as old as, besides like mountains.
right.
Nothing like
Nothing
human
man
built
made. Yeah,
that is as old as
exactly.
the stuff you could see in Greece. So, and there's like great food and like I like the vibe. Um, so yeah, the islands are beautiful. I need to go back and get another evil eye. My last evil eye bracelet broke, which apparently means it's absorbed all the bad
Oh,
vibes. It
so that
can
means you got to get another
hold.
one then, right?
Yeah.
So
But it's like
okay.
I want like a legit Greek one, you
Well,
know?
yeah. I mean, come on. You can't get a a faux one, right? So
Right. So I'm
otherwise,
looking at like at least I got to go to like a Greek festival to get one. Because it's probably a little bit more accessible than going all the way back to Greece. I mean, not that I don't want to go back to Greece. I would love to go back to Greece.
I was gonna say, give you a good excuse. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you need to go to
But
Greece. Well, yeah, I need a new bracelet. So, yeah.
but
So
yeah, so I'm like, well, let me see what's coming up and maybe I can get a new evil eye bracelet.
I didn't even know that was a thing. So, an
Yeah.
evil eye bracelet. So,
Yeah, well, it
I
doesn't have to
have
be a
been to the
bracelet, but like the evil eye, they have, you can
right.
buy like wind chimes and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I have been to a couple of the Greek festivals, being in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, that's a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's the Italian and then the Greek and
Mm-hmm.
then some other ones, but yeah, the been to a couple of the Greek ones, which were great. I mean,
Yeah, go get a
yeah,
euro.
yeah, the people are nice. Although I'll tell you right off the bat, and this is like in my early drinking days, I do not like ouzo, but I do not like licorice, and that's why. So
Yeah, I don't like licorice either. I don't know that I've had ouzo. I might have
uh,
in Greece,
it
but
it tastes like liquid licorice. I mean, it's
ew.
just yeah. So it's like and yeah, got had a bad drinking night with ouzo, and it just didn't
Well,
agree
just like
with me.
Ian's parents.
Yeah, that's when I was watching that scene. I thought, oh, I remember that. So I only had one night of drinking ouzo, and that's what it reminded me of. So, but but the food, yeah, at the
Hmm.
festival and stuff was really really good. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
especially because I'm a
absolutely.
vegetarian, and then so
You don't eat no meat. I have a friend whose like partner is Greek and she's vegan and I was like, what did his someone in his family say that to you? And she was like, in so many words, yes.
it's okay. I make lamb.
It's okay. I make lamb.
By the way, Lindsay does that much better than I do. But that's the other part. The not only the lines, but the way they deliver the lines and the
Yes.
accent. So yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's very endearing, don't you? I think to
Mm-hmm.
me, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So especially the way they talk to each other.
Yes.
That the interaction between the family members, but and also, well, we'll get to it when and then when they talk to strangers or outsiders like Ian's parents and Ian,
Right.
it's like they it's almost like when you're in a foreign country and instead of trying to understand you just talk louder or you like try to
Mm-hmm.
say like talk real slowly.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I thought that was funny.
Hello, I am Maria Portocalos.
And we'll get to it. I want you to do the about the cake.
Oh, that's one of the ones that's one's on loop. Call that up anytime. I have a friend and we say that to each other so regularly for like no reason. It just this movie just like is so close to our hearts. It's just like one of those few that I don't know why. It like really hit.
It, I think it's an endearing movie. I really do. Like I said, I'm sorry I took so long for me to watch it again. So thank you for bringing it, into our rotation. So
Yeah. Yeah. So the movie was written by the star of the movie, Nia Vardalos. This is like based on her life, marrying a non-Greek person into her big Greek family. She's written other, she wrote the sequels to this, so My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 and 3. She has written or co-written other movies. She co-wrote Larry Crown with Tom Hanks, I Hate Valentine's Day, Connie and Carla. I'll also say that Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson produced this movie too. Rita Wilson, also Greek. I don't, that's
Right.
not her real name. Her real name's like Margarita
Uh,
something something.
something, something. But
She was
yeah,
born Margarita Ibrahimov. Her mother was Greek. Dorothea Siku. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's Tzigkou. Um,
net that sauce that you put on those sandwiches.
Tzatziki. Um, but yeah, so Nia Vardalos wrote this movie and has written all the sequels. The director, Joel Zwick, also directed the films Second Sight and Fat Albert, which I remember seeing with Kenan Thompson as Fat Albert. And he did a lot of television directing. He directed episodes of Laverne and Shirley, Bosom Buddies, Perfect Strangers, Full House, Family Matters, Hanging with Mr. Cooper,
Oh gosh.
some Disney shows, The Sweet Life on Deck, Good Luck Charlie, Shake It Up with early Zendaya, Jesse, Girl Meets World, Casey Undercover, also early Zendaya. So a lot of Disney stuff in the 2000s. But yeah, so that's who made it. And it was like, really well received at the time it came out. It got positive reviews. It was a box office success. It only had a $5 million budget and it made like 370 million worldwide. So it did
Boy,
well. Once again, can we make $5 million movies again? Can we just make a $5 million movie again, please? Everything now, it seems like it was made for either $3 or 10 billion. And it's like, what about somewhere in the middle?
it's either the gross national product of the entire Western Hemisphere, or it's the budget for, you know, upper whatever in sheepskin Mongolia or something. It's like, yeah, you're right. It's either feast or famine. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, where are the little tight good movies?
Yes. I feel like there were so many of these in like the 90s and 2000s, and we've like really
Agreed.
lost them.
I can, look, and when you bring up Tom Hanks, there was You've Got Mail,
Mm-hmm.
Sleepless in Seattle, movies like that. Okay, yes, they were maybe not groundbreaking in storytelling or anything, but they were good movies and they were well done,
Mm-hmm.
and like they did good at the box office.
Right. People like them.
This was a popular movie to go see. I remember seeing it at the Senator Theater in Baltimore, so that was
Mm-hmm.
a big theater.
Right. I feel like these are the kind of things that like people will watch like over and over again too. Because it's like if this comes on TV, this is like something I can easily tune into. So I just don't know, like, studios, what are we doing? It also was nominated, it didn't win the Oscar, but it was nominated for an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. It was also nominated for two Golden Globes, one for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy, and one for Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. But
Right.
yeah, so this movie was a commercial success. It was a critical success. It was nominated for awards. Nia Vardalos did win Best Debut Performance at the Independent Spirit Awards. So I guess
Okay.
because this was a smaller, like more independent film. So
Okay.
it was getting recognized. And I think people recognize its greatness as they should have because it's a great movie.
No, it really is. I agree with you. I think it's one of those movies. I mean, people have heard of it, I'm sure, and stuff. But I think if people, it's not one maybe that comes to mind right away when you say, "Hey, tell me a really good movie that you saw or anything like that." But if you bring it up, people go, "Oh yeah, that's a good movie. That's a great movie." So
Yeah. I have to say this is probably one of my favorites because it's just like
Oh
I
no,
have such affection for it. I know the dialogue so well, and I never get tired of it.
that's I think those are all the hallmarks of a movie that like we started this out with movies that made a big impression on us. So if
Hmm.
this is the one that stays with you and that is dear to your heart, then it touched something, and evidently it touched enough people to make all that money. So
Yeah, yeah, and to make two movie sequels, and it also there was a sitcom that they made briefly in 2003 called My Big Fat Greek Life.
I don't remember that.
I don't really either, but it has a lot of the cast. So they just didn't have John Corbett. So they had someone else in it playing and he had a
The
different
husband.
name. Yeah.
Oh,
Thomas Miller.
Was
But
Nia in it?
Nia was in it, the
Laney?
parents, the aunts, the uncles, the cousins. Like,
Really?
well, not the cousins, but some of the cousins, yeah. So the mom, cousin Nikki, her brother, Aunt Vula, her dad, like those were all.
Okay. I don't recall that, but
Yeah, I don't
I'm
either.
surprised that didn't succeed more then. So
Yeah, yeah, but maybe I don't know. It maybe because it was no John Corbett, it didn't translate.
maybe. I don't know. So
But
I have to look that up then.
yeah, yeah. Apparently it's not streaming anywhere though, so I guess you can't
Aw,
watch it. I know.
rats. Okay.
Yeah. Well, on that note, do you want to talk about the
Go to
movie?
go to Greek Town. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's
Let's
go
go
to
to
Zorba.
Chicago.
Let's go to Zorba's.
Yes. Opa. So, it opens with Greek music that sort of like the strings, ding, 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 ding. And they're in Chicago. It's like a rainy, rainy night in Chicago. I will just say this is a very small, nitpicky thing, but to make the font look Greek, they use the E's. Now that's a sigma. That's the Greek letter sigma, which is S. But epsilon, which actually is the E, is just it just looks like an E if you capitalize it, so I guess
Yep.
it wouldn't look as cool. But yeah, when they put like my big fat Greek wedding, when it's like GR, it's saying it's GR Grisk wedding is what it says. I'm just saying this is
As a fraternity member of Tau Kappa Epsilon,
mm-hmm.
we knew, and we had to know the Greek alphabet. So
Yes.
you're exactly right. And I thought the same thing because I remember seeing, and I remember telling Denise, I said, that's that's not the that's not E.
It's not an
That's
E.
not yeah, it's not an E
That's an S.
because that was a big thing in college life was you had to make sure the letters were right. When you
Mm,
had your shirts and stuff done. So ours was easy. It was a T and a K and an E, but so
yeah.
yeah. But anyway, but yeah, Sigma was the weirdo E looking letter,
Mm-hmm.
because they're the Sigma Alphas were across the street from us. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, Sigma Epsilons, the Sig
Okay.
Eps.
I learned most of my Greek letters in math classes.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So
we.
sigma's like a sum. So like if you're in Excel and you
Oh,
want to do a sum, it's the symbol is a sigma.
oh, okay, okay. We had to. We didn't
Yeah.
have to write it, thank God, but we had to
Mm,
memorize the
mm,
alphabet. So
mm. So anyways, that was just a little pedantic gripe. But I understand they're trying to make it look Greek. So
yeah, yeah.
anyways, it's 5 a.m. in Chicago. Tula is in the car with her dad. And he says she needs to get married soon because she's starting to look old. And she says he's been saying that to her since she was 15 years old. To be fair, she does look old. He's not wrong right now.
Can we just acknowledge the fact that they really did a good job of making her look frumpy?
Dowdy. Yeah.
I from
Frumpy
top to bottom.
down. Like,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah, and also made her look 50 pounds heavier.
Yes. Yes. Also, to be fair, I'm just gonna say this. She's 30 in this movie. As someone who was 30 not that long ago, Girl, you're not 30. Nia Vardalos was 40 when they made this movie, and that's fine. She looks 40. She doesn't look 30.
Right.
I was like, I'm 36.
I,
So I was like, okay, I'm suspending disbelief. When this movie came out, I thought that's what people who were 30 looked like.
well, I
When I
think
was
they
like
did.
12.
I think they did.
Fair.
So yeah,
So,
because when this movie came out, I'm sorry, I was 45. So and she, yeah, to me she looked 30. So
I was 12 and I was like, yeah, I guess that's what people look like at 30. I was
yeah,
just almost 12. I'm like, yeah, that's what people look like.
yeah. So anyway,
So they are going to the family's restaurant, which is like where she works, where they all work. And we get some flashbacks to her growing up in a Greek family. She talks about going to school and looking different. All these other girls have like long blonde hair. She's like tan and dark hair. It has sideburns.
I wrote that down. She goes, I was a swarthy 6-year old with sideburns.
Yes. She talks about being made fun of for like the food she ate. This is one of the lines that I always think of. Like if I say moussaka to my friend, their immediate response will be moose caca. Because she like brings it to school and this other little girl's like, what is that? And she's like, it's moussaka. And she goes, moose caca? First of all, moussaka is good. So, anyways, that's one of the things. Then it's like, all the other girls get to go to brownies. She had to go to Greek school to learn Greek, but also she was like, to learn valuable knowledge. Like, if Nico has 3 goats and Maria has 10 goats, how quickly will they get married? And then, we meet sort of the rest of her family. We meet the mom who, like, her brother's complaining about the food, and she goes, when I was your age, we didn't have food. And then like they have this house with like Corinthian columns on the front to look like the Parthenon. It's got a Greek flag painted on the garage. They have statues of the gods all on the lawn. It's basically like what Donald Trump is trying to do to the White House.
That's funny. That's
He
good.
did change the columns. He changed them to Corinthian columns because they're more ornate. Because they used to be like Doric or Ionic columns.
Yes. Yeah, I did like where she said, and are not so what our subtle hint to our Greek culture on the garage. And it's, yeah, the
Yes,
whole garage
it's
door
a
is
a
it's
huge Greek flag.
Greek flag. So loved it. Yeah,
Hmm.
and their house, yeah, sort of stands out because it pans the neighborhood.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
So
just
no,
like suburban Chicago, like normal houses, like the Home Alone house, and then like imagine one next to that with statues of gods and a Greek flag painted on the garage door.
it's, yeah, it's lovely. So, and the columns, yeah, the
Yes. And the dad believed basically 2 things that like Greeks are the best and invented everything. And what's the second rule, Jim?
Windex fixes everything.
Exactly. I think she said like from like chicken pox to like whatever ails you, put some
Mm,
Windex on it.
put some Windex on it. So, and
Um,
because he's cleaning the tables with Windex, and there's something on his finger or something, he sprays his
mhm.
finger. It's like,
And then there's like a scene where she talks about like every day would start with lectures about Greek history, and during that he's resting his elbow in a bowl of Windex. And he like is driving Tula and like her friends to school, and he's like, "Give me a word, any word. I tell you how it comes back to Greek." And he gives arachnophobia as which like there are a lot of words with Greek roots, right?
yes,
Arachnophobia.
yes,
Arachno means spider, phobia it means fear, fear of spider. There you go. And then, so one of the girls is like, almost stump him. And she goes, okay, Mr. Portacallis, kimono. And he's, This is one of the ones all the time. Kimono, 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 kimono. Aha. Himona mean winter. And what do you wear in the winter to stay warm? A robe. Robe, kimono, there you go. And Tula is like so embarrassed by him.
she's like, you can just tell, you can see the look on her face. It's like, the little girl who plays her is really good too, and just she doesn't have many lines, but she has the facial expression. So she's mortified.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And then she says as if we weren't weird enough. Then their dad's mom comes to live with them. Yaya, this like tiny Greek lady who like clearly has like dementia and thinks she's still living through like the Greek and Turkish wars. So she keeps calling him Turkey, Turkey. That's how I like to say Turkey sometimes. Turkey. And like keeps escaping from their house.
also, she sleeps with a knife under her pillow.
Yes, we're like we told Yaya that the war ended years ago, but she still sleeps with a knife under her pillow.
And also, Yaya dresses almost like a nun. So
Yes.
it's a
She's like
like
a
a
tiny woman wearing all black with like a black scarf on her head.
yeah, like this almost looks like a habit, like
Hmm.
doesn't it? Or it did to me, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And these old people shoes that you see.
Hmm. Coming back to the present, Tula is 30. She works in the family restaurant because she's not married. She still lives at home with them because she's not married. Her brother Nick works in the kitchen. It's fine that he's not married because oh, you have plenty of time. You have plenty of time. And then we meet their aunt and uncle, Uncle Taki and Aunt Vula, or Theo and Thea. That's how they say like aunt and uncle, which makes sense because like in Spanish it's Tio and Tia, in Italian it's Zio and Zia, so Theo and
Oh,
Thea.
but the Greeks invented it first.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah, so just saying. So
But yeah, Aunt Vula and the dad, I think, are my favorites. I
oh,
love Aunt
I,
Vula, though.
I like the mom though too.
She is great. She is great.
Just but yeah, Aunt Bull is that should have been nominated. That she should have been nominated for.
Andrea Martin, what a legend. Which we'll talk about when we talk about the cast, but she's amazing. So the dad is talking to Uncle Taki and Aunt Vula about like she won't even go to Greece to get married to someone. They're complaining about how Tula's not married. Like she won't even go to Greece to try to marry someone and and then we meet like her older sister Athena is like the perfect Greek girl because she married a Greek guy and is a Greek baby making factory. She's got like three sons, and later in the movie, she's pregnant with another kid. And she's always like on the same page as the parents as we see throughout. And then Taki and Vula's kids are cousins Nikki and Angelo, and they all like own businesses. They have a travel agency and a dry cleaners, and like Nikki and Angelo are fighting. Nikki keeps talking about your fat ass girlfriend.
Whoever that is.
Yeah.
And a little bit earlier, also Tula laments that the Greek girls only, they're supposed to get married and have babies and eat. So that's
Yeah.
like their
Well, and cook
that's
so they can eat.
right and cook so everybody else can eat. So yeah, but that's their lot in life, and
Yes.
that
Yes.
yeah, that's their
And
destiny.
she has, when Athena's there, Tula, like under the menus, has like a brochure about like improving your life, I guess from like the local like community college or something. And Athena's like, "What is this? What is this?" And Tula's like, "Oh, I don't know." And Athena throws it away. And when she leaves, Tula gets it back out because she does want to improve her life. Because she also overhears her like parents and aunt and uncle saying, well, like Tula will always be here to run the restaurant because she's not going anywhere.
Tula will never leave you. That's what
Yes.
yeah. And then she's like, "Oh God, that's how they think of me, and that's probably what will happen to me."
Hmm. So yeah, she feels really stuck. She feels like nothing will change. And then the gods intervene. And who walks in the restaurant but Ian Miller and his friend Mike? And she's like, "Oh, angels are singing."
I call it the thunderbolt because she's like,
Yes.
she's gobsmacked.
Yes, she is hit by an arrow from not Cupid because that's a Roman god. Eros is the is the Greek equivalent. Aphrodite
Where
sprinkled
do
some dust on her.
where do we get the word erotic?
Eros mean god of love. There you go.
There you go.
So she serves Ian and his friend, and she's so awkward. She's just like standing there silently, and then she goes back. And she goes back to the cash register, which is where they have to come to pay. She just like sinks down and like hides behind it. And so the friend comes up and he's like, "Okay, keep the change." And she's like, "Thank you," like still on the floor.
Uh, her eyes are at his waist.
Yeah.
She's just barely above the thing, and
He's just like, "Okay."
yeah, uh, and Ian, to his,
Hmm.
he's like, he thinks she's funny. She says something and he
Hmm.
laughs at it. So,
Yeah. And
uh,
she's just like, she's
oh,
mortified.
oh yeah, he's actually paying attention to her. So
Hmm. So back at home at the Portocalis house, Nick we learn Nick is an artist and he's drawn a new menu, front page of the menu for the restaurant. And it's like really good. It's a
yeah,
really
looks
good
good.
picture. And the dad's like, "Where'd you get this?" And he's like, "I drew it." And he's just like, anyways, like the dad does not care. And then Tula's like, "Hey, so I noticed that we have a lot of like redundant inventory, and I think maybe it would help if we got a computer. There are, if you recall, I got all A's in computers, and there are computer classes I can take at the college. I can go there and learn how to do it better for the business." And the dad like snaps to attention and then crumbles. He's, "Why you want to leave me?" And she's like, "Don't you want me to do something with my life?" And he says, "Yes, get married and have babies."
And he says to her again, he goes, "You look so old."
And then the mom comforts Tula and basically she says she'll talk to the dad because it's like Tula's like, "There's no point. He's the head of the household." She says, "The man is the head, but the woman is the neck. We turn the man which way we want to go." So she
By the way, that's true. In case you guys are out there wondering, it's true. So, and the women don't even have to be Greek to do that. So, I'm just saying.
So she goes to talk to the dad and she's like, "Come on, just like let her do it. She's gonna help the business." And he says she's smart enough for a girl. And then she's like, oh, word? Oh, okay. So I run the restaurant. I run this house. I cook all the food. I raise three kids. But thank goodness I have you to tie my shoes for me. So she's basically, and then he's like, "Oh." And then she leaves and kind of gives Tula a look like, "I got you." Like she
Yeah.
basically guilted him into it, but whatever
Well,
works.
I love how she leaves the room and she's like, furious, the look on her face. And when she goes out and sees Tula, she's like smiles and like,
She's kind of like wink, like,
yeah,
"I got you,
yeah,
girl."
yeah. Don't worry, he's going to let you go. So,
And then we see Tula like enrolls in these college courses. And then she's also making improvements to her appearance. She's like putting on makeup. She does her hair. She's going to class. She's like interacting with people.
we're,
She starts wearing contacts instead of these little old lady glasses.
I,
Because she was wearing those like
oh,
they looked like this movie takes place in 2002. If you looked at her, you would be like, "Is it 1989?"
I was just going to say those are from the 80s because that's when, everybody wore the big, and we've talked about this.
My babysitter growing up was an elderly woman born in 1932, and she still wore those when I was a kid.
yep. So, I
Like
mean,
it looked
everybody in
like
the 80s wore oversized
Sophia
glasses.
Petrillo from the Golden Girls. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
that's what her glasses looked like. She had those kind of glasses. They're like square but like with rounded corners.
Yep, exactly. So, and yeah, from the 80s, that was everybody, even, men and women. We all wore
Yeah.
big oversized glasses. That was just the
Yeah.
style. So,
The men's ones always make me think of like Charles Nelson Riley on Match Game. Charles Nelson Riley and Brett Summers. Like that's the
nailed it. Nailed it.
shout out to Game Show Network for showing old game shows when I was a kid.
The story of fashion in America from the 70s all the way through the 90s. So,
Exactly. So
yes.
yeah, she had these really outdated glasses. She starts wearing contacts. She like looks like
And she
a
starts wearing nicer clothes instead of
yes.
big oversized sweaters and
And she was
frumpy.
always wearing just like brown, she's like wearing colors and like lipstick and like looks her hair's curly before it was like kind of just like frizzy straight. It's like curly hair. So she's doing much better. And then Tula, there's also like more classes she can take about specifically computers and tourism. And she says, like, hey, I want to take this. Aunt Vula, if I take this, can I work for you at the travel agency? I could improve your business, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, for sure. But they have to get dad's permission because she works at the restaurant for dad, Gus. His name is Costas, but they call him Gus, which I think is actually common because I've actually heard that like in real life. Like some Greek dudes going by Gus, but their names
Oh,
are like
okay.
Costas or something like that.
See,
I think also because it's easier.
I thought it was Augustus. So, but it was short for Augustus. But yeah, that
Hmm.
okay. I got you. So,
Yeah. Because you hear the mom occasionally say Costas, Costas.
yeah.
It's like in Sister of the Traveling Pants, the guy, her little Greek boyfriend, Kostas. Everybody named Kostas. So, um, so, but the mom, Maria and Aunt Vula know they have to make Gus think this was his idea. And they're like, it's okay, we'll figure it out. But they clearly are like, Tula's like, are you sure? And they're like, yes, okay. And like Aunt Vula says, tell me what to say, but don't tell me what to say. So they go sit down with him at the restaurant. And they and it's like so stilted. Maria's like, Vula, how is business at the travel agency? And she goes, oh, woe to me. Business is bad. And Gus is like, oh my God, do you need money? Like, Maria's like, oh, she suffers. Um, Gus is like, oh my God, do you need money? Like, is Taki okay? And she's like, oh, um, something about like Nikki is at the travel agency and like it's just not going well. She doesn't know computers. Like, and then like Tula comes over to pour coffee at that time. They're like, God, like it would be better if it was someone who knew computers. And the dad's like, oh, I have an idea. Tula knows computers. She can come help you, and then you can send Nikki over here to help me. And they're like, oh, what a great idea. You're
I know
so
it's like,
smart.
yeah, his wife, like, like cradles his cheeks, and he goes, see, the man knows, he's like,
Yes.
and they're like, yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and then Tula goes working at the travel agency, and she clearly really enjoys it. She's like bopping around, putting calls on hold on her little headset, and she sees Ian again because he's grabbing food from like a cart right outside, and she hides again behind the water cooler.
And he sees her though.
But then when she hides, he like turns away and
Right.
turns back, and she's hidden,
Right.
and then
And
he's like,
yeah, I
"Oh,
was gonna say, yeah.
I guess I should leave. I guess she's gone." And then but she's still at home with her parents. She's on the couch with them, like squished together, the three of them. Like she's in the middle, and her parents are on either side on a couch covered in plastic.
I wrote it down. So, and I had a great aunt who had all of her furniture covered in plastic. I still
Mm,
remember that. So, but her furniture was like velvet, the
mm,
material. So and it was old and very ornate, but yeah, she had plastic covers on it. So, and then I don't mean like it was like theirs, it was like form fitted, it
hmm.
was, you know,
Yeah, yeah. I love there's a knock on the door and the neighbor is bringing Yaya back. She's like, "Keep your mother away from my yard, my basement,
my
and off my roof." And he's trying to like be Gus is trying to be charming. He's like, hey, give me a word and I tell you how it comes from Greek. And he starts talking and she just walks away.
walks away. Yeah. So, and yeah, goes, oh, look who's here. Look who's back. It's
This is my mother. She's from Greece, same country where I am from. And the lady's like, I don't care. Keep her away from my house.
right. Keep her locked up.
So the next day or later, Tula's back working at the travel agency and Ian comes by again and sees her and he does the like silly walks or like where you like he's walking in front of the window where you like
Oh,
pretend you're walking downstairs and stuff. And the best part is he runs into this old lady when he's like squatting down and she beats him with her purse. He's like, "Oh, sorry."
just clobbers him. Yeah. Just,
Right. And then Chula like takes a call and like puts it on hold and then he comes in and she's like, "Oh, would you like some brochures?" and she gets up, but she still has her headset on. So she gets yanked back. So she's like, ugh, and falls down.
Does a great pratfall. So,
Yes. The noise she makes too, and she's like, ugh.
can we also mention at this point, I wrote it down, who has the better hair,
Mm,
Ian or Tula?
Tula.
Yeah, so Ian's got
True.
long hair, and then
Hmm.
he's kind of got the California surfer dude look.
Yeah, yeah. He does give like he's like an English teacher, and I think it does give English teacher like
Yeah,
vegetarian, like light
yeah,
hippie vibes.
yeah. Corduroy sports coat,
Hmm.
jeans and a
Hmm.
tie, that kind of, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
free spirit. With
yeah.
yeah, we find out a little bit later on. Yeah, he sort of took a different path from what his parents wanted him to do.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. And I will say Tula, for me, as I'm a curly haired person, so I have a soft spot for Tula and her
oh,
curly hair.
Tula's hair looks great. Yeah, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, but Ian's like, he's up there with her. So, I
He's got a
just
nice head of hair.
he does looks good. So,
So, but yeah, then they're sitting on the floor, they're chatting, they're laughing, they're both kind of making fun of each other, like him, like she fell, he got beat up by an old lady, they're flirting. It's like very nice. And he's like, do you want to go out to dinner with me? And she's like, yeah, I do. And then they go on their first date. They go to a fancy restaurant, and he is talking about his family and how he started as pre-law. Like he didn't study teaching because he's, like I said, he's a teacher. And because his dad's a lawyer, his grandfather was a lawyer, like da 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 da. And then he switched to education because he wasn't into being a lawyer, and they were not happy about it. And you could see Tool was like,
oh, someone
oh,
else who broke out of the family tradition. So,
right. She's probably like, you don't even want to, you can't even imagine.
exactly.
And then he's like, oh, like you're Greek. There's a great restaurant we should go to. It's called Zorba's. And she's like, no, I don't want to. He's like, why not? She's like, it's called Dancing Zorba's and my family owns it. And he's like, oh my God, I remember you. And she's like, oh my God, I was like such a frump
Yeah, she
monster
says I was
then.
going through a phase, and then I was front girl.
I'm like, she says, I was going up until like my whole life up until now, I was going through a phase. And he said, I don't remember frump girl. I remember you.
Did that do it? Would that
It
would that do
did.
it? Yeah.
I
So I
was
was
like,
good.
oh, that is
Yeah,
good. That is
yeah. So
something.
yeah,
See, good rom-com.
gotta have that chemistry. You gotta,
Yes.
yeah.
And then he's like, okay, well then let's go get Italian and let's go tomorrow. So they're going out on another date tomorrow. So it's like, oh, we like each other.
Mm,
We like each other.
yes, yes.
And she's getting ready and her dad's like, where are you going? And she's like, oh, I'm in a pottery class.
And she's wearing a very pretty black dress, and she's got
Hmm.
makeup on and stuff. And he's like, wait,
But
whatever.
then he says, he walks by and goes, Greeks invented pottery. I guess to say you don't need to take a pottery class, we invented
Right.
it.
Yeah, yeah. It's in your blood. So,
Yeah. So they have gone to this Italian restaurant and then they're walking like on the piers by the boats and he's like talking about family and like his two cousins, which is crazy. That's a low amount of cousins. I have more than two cousins.
I have more than two cousins.
I
So
have
I'm
like
saying,
I have eight cousins, eight first cousins.
I can't remember. I'd have to think. Let me see. Some of mine are gone. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, I've had, yeah, probably close to double digits. So,
Yeah. But yeah, so he's like, "Oh, what does your family do?" And she's like you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know." And he's like, "What about Christmas?" And it's like, "Okay, my mom roast lamb." And he's like, "Oh yeah, with some mint jelly." And she's like, "No. This is what happens. My dad and the other men fight over who gets to eat the brain. My Aunt Vula chases me with the eyeball on a fork because she says it'll make me smart. And I have 27 first cousins.
yeah, that's just 27 first cousins. So, yeah,
First cousins. That doesn't include all the second cousins. Like, or first cousins once removed or whatever."
right. or however they do it. Yeah.
And then she's kind of spiraling.
Yeah.
She's just sort of rambling, and she's like, "No one in my family has ever dated a non-Greek before, and you are wonderful, but like this isn't gonna work out." And he's like, "What are you talking about? Like working out? Like I want to be with you, period."
Yeah. We're not two different species.
Right.
Yeah.
But then they kiss. It's like, "Ooh," and then he drives her home, and she makes him stop like down the street. It's like she's like a teenager.
That's
And
what
they
I thought. It's like they're 16 instead of
Yeah,
30, or whatever. So
exactly. And they kiss again, and then this keeps happening. It is like they're 16. They keep just making out in his car before
more and
she goes
more,
in. More
and,
and more, yeah.
and to be fair, then she always, oh, good night, and he's like,
Hmm.
"Mm."
You can tell he's like, okay.
Okay, he's a nice guy about it. So I mean,
He
but he's
is.
he's he's a gentleman, but you can tell he's getting all worked up, and then she's like,
Yes.
"Good night."
They're definitely attracted to each other. We'll say that. The
Yes,
chemistry is there. And Tula's walking around the house. She's all singing and happy. And the mom doesn't suspect. She's like, "Oh, how's your pottery class?" And she's like, "Oh, great."
it's
And the mom's like,
great.
"Okay, good."
Yeah, she's like, it's really great. So
Yeah.
it's
At first she's like, "Wait, what?"
yeah, oh
And
yeah,
the mom's like, "Your pottery class." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, it's great." So then Ian is with Tula at the travel agency and they're like kissing. He's like all hugging up on her. And she's like, "Oh, wait, like someone's gonna see." And then Nikki comes in, the cousin Nikki, and she's like, hello." And she like openly checks him out in front of Tula. And he's kind of like looking at Tula, like, "What?" She's like, "This is my cousin Nikki."
Nikki, by the way, is also always displays a little bit more skin than
She's doing a lot of cleavage and big hair. She's curly hair, but she also has like a big poof at the front.
big hair. It's yeah,
It's very big hair. Um, and she says the family knows because it's
yeah.
like somebody's mother saw you kissing, who told somebody's mother, who told my ma, who told your ma. So now the whole family knows. And then so it cuts to them at home, and Tula's sitting at the kitchen table with her mom, and Ian is in like another room with the dad, getting yelled at about like, "You're not a nice Greek boy. You don't even ask my daughter permission to date my daughter." And he's like, "Well, sir, she's 30." It's like, "She's my daughter. You should still ask permission." And he's like, "Okay, sir, can I have permission to date your daughter?" And he's like, "No." The delivery of that was so funny because the pause, and
Yeah,
then
it's
it's like he's like crying, like, "No."
that was never going to be in the equation. So
And then so like Ian leaves, although he does say to Tula, "I'll see you tomorrow." It's
yeah,
like,
and she smiles at him. She goes, "Yeah,
mhm.
okay," So
And Gus, the dad, is like, "I told you it was a mistake to educate women. He's not even Greek." Zeno, which is like Xeno, like the root. Here's another Greek word. Zeno means like foreign, so like xenophobia. So he keeps calling him Zeno, Zeno, so like non-Greek outsider. And he's like, he has these long hairs. Um, and he storms away upset. And Tula tells her mom she's sorry for lying. And the mom's like, "Listen, you've had your little romance. End it
now,
now."
now, yeah.
And Tula's like, "But I love him." And this is such like a immigrant mom response. She's just like, "Ugh, Tula, eat something." It's like the Snickers commercials. It's like, "You must be going crazy because you're hungry."
Yeah, right, exactly. You're not yourself. So
Mhm. And then the dad decides he's gonna run interference. So like Tula's setting the table for dinner and she has an extra plate. She tries to hand it back to her mom, and the mom's like, "No, your dad has friends coming over." And then he is inviting over a series of the worst Greek bachelors that you've ever seen. First, it's this like old bald dude who's like blowing his nose in the cloth napkins. Then it's this dude with a big ass unibrow.
Oh, yeah.
Then it's this dude who looks like he's in the mafia. He's got like pinky rings and he's like smoothing his mustache with his pinkies.
He's got like yeah rings on every finger and
Hmm.
stuff. Yeah, he looks
Doesn't he
like
look
a
like he's in like the mafia, like the Greek
yeah,
mafia? And
exactly.
then there's this like nasty looking guy who's like licking the spoon seductively at Tula and she just gets up.
She just leaves.
And meanwhile, she's still going out with Ian. He has actually brought her back to his apartment for the first time. Ooh. I did write that in my notes. I wrote, ooh.
Ooh.
So their relationship continues to progress while Tula's family tries to undermine
Can,
it.
can we just say when they go up to the apartment, it's now it's Tula's turn to she literally jumps on Ian.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, he's like turns around and she like pounces on him, and then
Mm.
and that's
He's not the only one who's been waiting.
yeah, exactly. You get the feeling, yeah, that Tula was just trying to restrain herself, waiting for the right moment,
Hmm.
so to speak.
Then Ian brings Tula to meet his parents, and they're just like the most waspy
Wasp.
people.
I wrote wasp, so
Just like
that's
very plain white people,
white
buttoned
bread.
up. Yes.
Yeah,
Like very their house is very like quiet and like
it's
empty kind
yeah,
of.
it's sparse. It's
Yeah. It's like clean and like elegant, but like in a way that is like it doesn't look like anyone lives there.
sparse, which comes from Sparta, which is Greek.
Um,
Sparta means bare, nothing. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
I did have to learn Greek root words in school in English class at one point because we read the Odyssey actually. But yeah, they're just like so just like very surface small talk kind of people. Like it's just it doesn't feel warm, I will
Not at
say.
all. Yeah, they're very vanilla, very bland.
Yeah, it's like kind of awkward. It's like, "Oh, wasn't your receptionist Greek?" No, she was Guatemalan. Oh,
Oh
no, she
yeah.
wasn't. She was Armenian. Is Armenia close to Greece? And it's like, not exactly. Like, there's been a lot of war right there, so there's not like in great. Um, so
What
then,
they ask her what her name means. I'm sorry, and
mhm.
then it's very it means light of God.
Yeah, and they're
Her
just
whole
like, oh,
oh, would you like some more? Whatever. It's like really, I would have said like, oh, that's beautiful. That's lovely
right.
that your parents named you, that and and stuff. But
They're
anyway,
just like, oh, okay.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
when she says her last name means orange, like the fruit with the peel, not the color.
not the color. Yeah.
And they're
So
just like, oh, okay. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's so much interesting stuff about her, and they pay no attention to it.
yeah, it's weird. They're sort of like the opposite end of the spectrum. And I have to imagine that part is like exaggerated because her real life husband was like Puerto Rican and Jewish. And
I was
like
getting ready to say, yeah,
the vibe would be different.
much so because yeah, I'm sure that talk about a clash of cultures. So
Hmm. Yeah. I have to imagine like not dissimilar, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah, um,
so
right. I mean, because probably big families, and then
mhm. Big,
probably some
loud, welcoming, food, like
food.
maybe
Yep,
sometimes feel overbearing, like all of this.
right.
We've seen the mother in this movie, Lainey Kazan. She's an overbearing Greek mother, and she's in another movie we watched. She was an overbearing Jewish mother.
And
Uh,
pulled that off very well too. So
yes, yes. So Tula and Ian go back to his apartment and they're talking about it. They've clearly, been intimate with each other. And then they're laying there talking, and he's like, "Hey, I don't know how to like ask this, but will you marry me?" And she's like, "What?" Yes. And he has a ring and he puts it on her finger and they're very happy. And I was like, this is like, I have to say, maybe controversial. I think this is a nice proposal.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
don't, nowadays people are like, you gotta have like a drone and like write it in the
oh,
sky and like, you know what I mean? You have to have like a full floral arrangement. No.
it's
You
like
just need,
proms these days, you know.
right? You
You,
just need the two of you having a moment.
although my wife will tell you when I proposed to her,
Hmm.
it was in a jewelry store.
Huh.
And I
You
got down
like
on
that one?
I, that, and that's exactly, she was totally embarrassed. And then, yeah, we were looking at rings and stuff. And I was like, do you like that one? And then, yeah, so I got down on one knee.
There you go. Get right to it.
Yeah. So,
Saturday when the mall was packed.
yeah, it was packed. It was at White Marsh Mall.
Oh my
So,
God.
in a jewelry store that's no longer there. So,
Did people like erupt in applause?
I don't think anybody applauded, but we had an audience. So,
Get up.
and then, and you, so,
I like hearing Denise go, get up.
and the manager of the jewelry store, I said to her, I said, let's talk about this ring. And we went out and smoked a cigarette and made a deal for the ring.
I was gonna say, did you get a deal on the ring because you did
Yeah.
it there? See, that's a great story. That's a great
It,
story. And see, here's the thing. Public things I would also make me feel embarrassed, but the fact that you guys were looking at rings suggests that like the other thing I think about proposals is like you should already kind of know the answer before you
yeah.
ask the
Oh, yeah.
question.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the fact that you are proposing shouldn't be a surprise, like just the circumstances. So if you're already looking at rings, then like you want to get married.
We
It's
talked about
just
it.
like,
It was
yeah,
just, yeah, it was just, and
just
then,
the actual like act of
right.
asking is a surprise, not like the
And
conversation.
Denise, so she didn't, yeah, she didn't think it was going to happen right then and there. So, but it was almost like say yes to the dress. It was like,
Yes.
Denise, are you saying yes to the ring? So, so
Literally right now.
literally right now. So yeah, she was very embarrassed. But
Yeah. Well, no time like the present, you know?
well, like you said, it doesn't have to be a big thing, but there's a story now that we can tell, 29 years later,
Hmm.
like, how I met your mother, or how I
There you
met
go.
how I met my wife. So, or
Perfect.
how I proposed to my wife. So,
Yes. I love that. I love that.
thanks. So anyway,
Yeah. So, anyways.
well, I was agreeing with you. I thought this was a sweet proposal. Like you
Hmm.
said, they kind of knew that they wanted to be together and stuff. And I like the fact that, that he said, let's get married.
Hmm.
Let's not live together or whatever.
Hmm.
I'm old fashioned, so I believe in that. So I believe in marriage.
Yeah. It was very sweet. So, news is spread to the family and they're not happy about it. So Dad Gus is like sitting alone in the dark, all forlorn. And the mom comes in and she's like, "Get over it. They're getting married."
Enough. She turns on like all the lights.
Because he's sitting in the dark.
Yeah. Uh, and these are they got some great lamps. I'm just saying.
Everything that these people wear and do is from like it's like they emigrated and like got a bunch of stuff in like the 80s and like that has
And
stayed. They
I,
have not moved on.
yeah, it's like the one lamp that she turns on over by him, like it has the ball on the end of the rod thing. I
Mm,
remember those back from the 70s and the 80s. So it was like a sort of a modern reading lamp and stuff. So,
yeah.
but yeah, it was cute.
So he's like, "How could she do this to me?" And the mom's like, "She's not doing anything to anybody. She's trying to live her life and be happy."
Yeah, she fell in love.
Yeah.
They fell in love. It's done.
Yeah. And he's like, "This I kind of get." He's like, "I don't even know him. Like, I don't know anything about him. I don't know his parents. I don't know if he's from a good family. I don't know what he does. Like, I don't know anything about him," which like valid. Also, that's your fault.
Right. I mean, he could have, been,
If he was open, she would have brought him around.
exactly. And she would have told him more, about
Hmm.
him, I'm sure. So,
Yes. And he's like, she isn't getting married in the Greek Orthodox Church. And Tula goes to see Ian at work. So he's a teacher. She goes to see him at school. And she's like, "Can we just go?" She wants to elope. She's like, "Let's just go to Vegas. We can go to Niagara Falls. Like, let's go somewhere." And he's like, "Okay." And she's like, "Okay, like now. Let's go right now."
Yeah, she's like, let's go. Yeah, like,
And she's just talking about all the issues with her family. And he's like, he's so reassuring. This is what I like about him. He's like, she's like, "My family's horrible. I don't want you to have to deal with them." He's like, "Your family is part of you. Like, and I want to be with you. So, like, this is part of it. Like, and it's going to be fine."
yeah, yeah, I'm in this.
Hmm.
I realize this is a package deal. So,
Hmm. Exactly. And she is like, they're really upset that we're not getting married in the Greek Orthodox Church. And he's basically like, okay,
yeah,
if that's what you want to do, then we can do it. Like, and so he agrees to get baptized in the Greek Orthodox Church so that they can get married there, like for her and her family. And he goes to the restaurant to like get kind of permission, get the okay from dad. And I love it. He's like sitting in a booth by himself, and all the family's like by the counter,
yeah.
like talking about him while he's right there. And then Gus goes over to talk to him, and he says, "You're lucky. You get to be Greek." And he's like, "Baptism. The word baptism comes from Greek. Baptize means put the little baby in a porcelain tub or something. And Nikki's gonna be your godmother, cousin
Oh,
Nikki."
cousin Nikki.
Who's
Yeah.
kind of like who you cut over and she's adjusting her boobs in like a very low cut top. But he goes and has his Greek baptism and he's all wet and oily.
And Nikki gets to rub him oil on his body. He's
Yes.
wearing like a loincloth that looks like he's Tarzan.
Yeah.
It's not even like a pair of trunks.
I
It's like
know. And John Corbett is that's a tall glass of water.
he's a big dude, but and you can tell Nikki is not disliking this job.
Mm, yeah. So, and this is also very like touching. Tula's like standing with her brother Nick, and he's like, "What's up?" And she's like, "I'm just like waiting for him to realize that like I'm not worth all of this." And her brother Nick is like, "Except you are."
Yeah, you are. He's so supportive of her. I mean,
Yes. And then she like, after it's done and he's dressed again, she's like just thanks him for doing this.
I like how she goes, "You're all oily."
Yeah.
What'd you expect?
Right.
You knew this was going to happen.
He's like a Greek salad.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, she's like really genuinely thankful that he's doing this. I think 'cause she's like, this is a lot, like, stop. And she like doesn't necessarily think she's worth it. She does feel like he's gonna. I think that that's like a not unrelatable like sentiment, right? That
Yeah,
it's like, oh God, you have to deal with my family and you're gonna realize I am not worth all that.
right.
But
You're
it's
going
like
through all
if you love someone, they are.
e- exactly, exactly. So, it's all the things that people look at maybe from the outside. We look at it. Say we people who are in love, you look at it through much different eyes. It's not a bother. It's not a hindrance. It's not. Uh, it sometimes you may feel it's an inconvenience, but it's not like you wouldn't trade it though, because if you did trade it, then you would lose the thing that you love the most. So to me,
Yeah, I agree. And I think it doesn't even feel like a question in those moments, right? It's just like,
no, no, it's just you take on that role of that's just part of the package. It's part of the deal. Like he said,
yeah.
you're part of your family, or they're part of you, and then he goes, "I love you," and then that's how it is. So
Mm. So, yeah, he is now Greek and he gets to celebrate Greek Easter with the family. Fun fact for people who don't know, Greek Easter is a week after like regular Easter. Orthodox Easter is a week after.
non-Greek
Yeah,
Easter, right?
the
So
regular Christian Easter.
why is that? Why is there different dates, you wonder? I mean, you would
I
think
don't
that
know.
if anybody would know, it would be maybe the Greek people would know when the real Easter was. So I don't know. I think our Easter is declared by Congress, wasn't it, or something? Or
The
like
Pope or something.
I don't know. Yeah,
Oh,
oh,
because they
maybe
use a
that's what.
different calendar.
Oh, that's right.
They
Yeah,
use the
that's
Julian calendar instead of the
the
Gregorian calendar. I
Gregorian
was gonna say, I
calendar.
was like, I don't know. This goes back to the Great Schism.
Between Constantinople and that
The
makes
Great
sense.
Schism of 1054. For people who don't know, that's when the Christian church split into the Eastern Orthodox Church, which is what they have in like Greece and Russia and other places, and then the Catholic Church, which then obviously then people branched off the Catholic Church into Protestantism. Fun facts here on
Yeah,
some of our parts.
well, listen, we're not just about movies here, people.
We
So
know
come on.
facts.
Well, exactly. So
In
we
addition to movies, we watch Jeopardy every day.
uh,
Okay.
uh, and in and one of us is really good at it, and it isn't me. But don't you dare edit that out.
Okay.
But also history, we do know because one of us is really old, and it isn't Lindsay. So so between facts and history, buddy, we got things covered.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah. So
So the whole family's gathering at the restaurant to eat and be together, and this is kind of the first time Ian's going to see the whole family together. And they like I love Tula's trying to teach him Christos Anesti, which is like Happy Easter, and he's like Christo Anesti, like he's not good at it. And I like he says it to Gus, and Gus walks away muttering, and it's like, we get the subtitles, and it's like when my people were writing about democracy, your people were just swinging from trees.
which was very funny, I thought. So and oh, and he asked Tula, he goes, "What'd your dad say?" He said something about your family. He likes you, or something like that, or it wasn't at all what he said. So
Yeah. She's like, "Oh, he really likes you."
yeah,
So then the rest of the family comes in and they swarm Ian. And I love that at the same time they're like, "We never thought Tula would be engaged." It's like, "Thanks."
such a backhanded compliment, and it's like
Right.
and you can tell that yeah, the most of the young ladies of the family are like impressed with Tula's
Yeah, they're like,
catch.
does he have a
Yeah.
friend?"
Yeah. Does he have any brothers? So
They do ask that, yes.
yeah.
And he
So
doesn't. He's an only child. But they have this big feast and dancing at the restaurant. They're doing like the oppa,
yeah.
all of that. And then I love that Tula's brother Nico keeps like he's like, Ian, if you hurt my sister, I'm gonna kill you. And Ian's like, oh my God, okay, I won't. And he's like, I'm just kidding. But he keeps doing it. He's like, no, I have a gun and I will shove it up. Ah ha ha, Ian, I got you again.
Yeah.
And I love that he points to their cousin Angela and he goes, Ian, he's big smile. Ian, we're gonna kill you. Oppa. Um, and then Aunt Vula is trying to feed Tula. She grabs her collarbone and she goes, I could snap you like a chicken. And then she comes over to meet Ian and she says, let me touch your hair. She's touching his hair and then she says, you need to come over so I can cook for you. And Tula's like, oh, I don't know. And she's like, I'm the best cook in the family. Tell him. She's like, I've told him. I've told him. And he's like, yeah, twice. And she's like, Ian's a vegetarian. He doesn't eat meat. And she goes, what do you mean he don't eat no meat? And it's like it is dead silent in the rest
Oh
of the room, so they're all listening to this. And she says it
yes.
very loud. What do you mean he don't eat no meat? That's okay. I make lamb. And then everyone's like, oh, oppa.
Opa.
And then we get a direct contrast at Ian's house, Ian's parents' house. And it's just
Oh,
like, again,
wait, can
yes.
I, so before and then Ian though asks Tula's brother, "How do you say thank you in Greek?"
Mm,
And he says this phrase and he yells it out, and it's you've got nice boobs, is what he says. I like the way how her brother, like, like pranks him. So I like that.
Yes, yes, yes. Um,
Anyway, so yeah, we're at Ian's parents.
and it's just like quiet and just the four of them. It's like there's like nothing on the walls. It's just like nothing.
It's
And
dark. It's
yeah,
like, yeah, I don't even know how they see.
and they talk about like they tell them they're getting married and they're like, "Oh, we'll call the country club." And they're like, "Oh, we're actually going to get married at Tula's family church because like we're not religious and they are." And his parents were kind of like, "Oh,
Yeah,
interesting."
because he didn't even tell me he got baptized, in the
Yeah.
Greek Orthodox Church. So,
And then they're like, oh, he's like, oh, we have a place like where we're gonna have it's a great hall for the reception. Show of the brochure, and she pulls out this binder that's got like fringe. It looks like it's got covered in like pom poms. It's huge. She's like, oh, my cousin Nikki made this. She like likes to save things. And anyways,
yes.
and she pulls out the brochure. It's this place called Aphrodite's Palace. It's like it's just everything is so like big and tacky, and you can tell that like it like physically pains these people.
To yeah, to look at I do love the book though, don't you? The
Yes. I'm gonna do a book like that if I get married.
oh, you don't have one already? You didn't start?
No, not yet. I
Okay.
need someone to make me a book covered in pom-poms.
Okay.
And
Let me
then
know.
back at Tula's house, they're like putting together like favors or something for the wedding and they're arguing about who to invite because the dad kind of wants to invite like everybody from their church and Tula's like we can't invite everybody from the church like so she's like let me see the list. The dad's kind of guilt tripping her or whatever.
Well, he talks about like he came to America with only $8
eight
in his
dollars in my
pocket,
pocket.
and
I
then
work to give all of this to
to
you.
you, yeah, like he and yeah, it's just okay, because she says I don't want you to go bankrupt, paying for
Hmm.
the wedding, and
Yeah. And she's like, okay, I'll look at the list. And then Athena comes with her kids. So, and you see the mom, Maria's like hugging them and like kind of spitting on them. And the Ian's like, is your mom spitting on the kids? And she's like, it's good luck. It keeps the devil away. Once again, Nico tries to show the dad his drawing, and the dad does not care, which is kind of sad.
yeah,
Um,
he doesn't even really acknowledge it, because he
he's just
says it
like,
again. He goes, "Where did you get this?" He goes, "Dad, I drew
I
this.
drew it. And he's
I
like,
made
oh.
this."
And then he
Yeah.
just goes back to what he was doing. And the mom says, this is like any sort of like ethnic mom, immigrant mom, like any like non-waspy, like cultural, like direct descendant from immigrants mom. She says she's making Nick some food and she says, Ian, are you hungry? And he says, oh no, I already ate. And she says, okay, I'll make you something. Like that.
Is
I would say probably Southern too. Southern
yeah.
moms.
Oh,
Because a Southern grandmother will act like you have never eaten a bite of food in your life.
and it, you Lindsay knows, I'm from West Virginia. So one of the things I remember when my mom passed away, and then, there was like a reception after the funeral services. And that was
Mm-hmm.
and they, there were people who cooked and made food.
Mm-hmm.
And even, my wife, she goes, "Is this normal?" And I said, "Yeah, this is what we do. We gather around after, and then you talk about, the loved one you lost and stuff, but you celebrate over food." Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a
And
big
people will
thing.
like bring you food,
Uh,
not even
it,
just for like the whole like week.
exactly. Oh yeah,
Like
that's
there are
the
people
first thing.
constantly coming to the house to give you, drop you off a casserole, drop you off whatever.
Cake or
Mm-hmm.
chicken.
Pie.
Yeah. That was down home. Fried
Mm-hmm.
chicken, or you always had something to eat. You didn't have to worry about fixing something. So
Mm. Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So,
So
but that part I was just like, oh my God. There's so like my friend who we talked about during Bend, like Beckham, who's like Indian. If I go to their house, her mom and her aunt are there, and they'll say, "Do you want some food?" And I say, "No, I just ate." There is constantly food appearing in front of me,
I was going to
constantly,
say, oh, I'll make you something. So
constantly. It's
well,
like, but then I gotta eat it because I'm like,
yeah,
okay. Um, and this is when This is when Nick tells Ian, thank you. Because Ian asks him, how do you say thank you? And he
Yeah.
says whatever the words are, but it's like nice boobs. And then
Oh,
the
I'm
mom
sorry.
brings him the food and he says it.
Yeah.
And she immediately knows it was Nick. And her and the dad both
I'm sorry,
swat
I
Nick on the
forgot.
back of the head.
But then his dad, I think, kisses him on the head then too, doesn't he? Because
Yes,
he, oh,
yes.
you're such a goof, or you're,
Hmm.
yeah. So
And then the like Athena and Tula are kind of arguing about invitations and stuff. Oh, and then Nick is like, "Oh, I have like a hookup for invitations," and Tula's like, "I don't want anything that like fell off the back of a truck. I don't want
yeah,
that."
yeah.
And the mom's like, "Oh, I ordered invitations 2 weeks ago," and she pulls them out, and of course, the front is the Greek flag. So you would think if I got that in the mail, I'd be like, "Am I being invited to something at like the Greek
Embassy,
embassy?"
yeah. or yeah, am I being offered diplomatic immunity or
Right? Do I get to move to Greece? Because I'll
yeah,
do it.
exactly. Am I becoming a Greek citizen? Do I get to represent them in the Olympics now? So,
Yes. Efkaristo. That means thank you.
oh, okay.
That is how you say thank you, not whatever
Whatever
Nick
Nick
told
told him.
Ian.
Yeah,
I looked that up before I went to Greece the last time because I like to have a couple.
oh, okay.
You like to be able
Like,
to say like hello,
yeah,
goodbye, please, thank you. You know,
yeah, yeah.
Efkaristo. I also learned that from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City because there is a Greek woman, Angie Katsanevas, on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and
Uh,
she took them to Santorini on the last season,
Oh,
and
okay.
so she taught them Efkaristo.
That's pretty Greek. So,
Yeah, she's very Greek. She's like the people in this movie. She was like before they went at the airport, she had like sunglasses that had the Greek flag on them. She was wearing
oh,
like a blue
really?
tracksuit. Like she had Greek flags. Like it was all.
Do you have sideburns?
She does not. She does not. But she also has a lot of plastic surgery, so maybe she got them lasered off. Who knows? And she's a
Could be.
hairdresser, so
Oh, there you go. So,
yeah. So the mom pulls out the invitations she got with the Greek flag on them, and then she hands them out and they open them up. And of course, I love Athena's like, "Oh, mom, this is beautiful. This is ugly. So what's wrong with you, Athena?" I like because she was arguing with Tool. She's like, "Why won't you invite so and so?" And Tool is like, "Because he's not related to me." And she's like, "But he's related to me." And it's like, "Girl, it's not your wedding."
yeah,
But Ian opens up the invitation and he's like, my parents' names are Rodney and Harriet. This says Rodney and Harry." And Nick's like, "Oh, I didn't notice, so maybe no one else will."
yeah. So, yeah. And
Um,
of course, at this point, I guess it's too late to do anything about it. So,
yeah. So then cousin Nikki comes in and she's like, "Oh, you're all here. Good. Look at these earrings I got to match the bridesmaids' dresses." Like one of the people at the lawn at the dry cleaners, one of our clients, like they make custom jewelry and I showed her the fabric and she came up with this. And Tula's like, "What fabric did you show her? Is it
yeah.
the fabric you showed me the other day?" And she's like, "You said you liked it." And she's like, "I said I'd think about it." And Nikki's like, "It's because you hadn't seen it on a live model." And she takes off her, kind of saucily takes off her jacket. And this dress is so ugly. It's so ugly. Once again, it looks like it's from 1989, parentheses derogatory.
Yeah.
And like, no, it's like a powder blue halter top, like tight dress. But then when it gets to the knee, it like poofs out. It doesn't touch the floor. It's like an ankle length thing, but with like a huge tulle poof at the bottom and like a flower right between the boobs. Horrible.
Yeah, yeah. And doesn't it have a flower on the skirt somewhere too, on the around the
I
bottom
think
of it?
near where the poof is. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so bad. It's so bad. And
It's
I
not
love when
good.
she reveals it. Tula
It,
goes, and her mom and her sister go, "Oh."
it's so beautiful. And yeah,
Like
Tula's
Tula
like,
sounds like she's been punched in the stomach. She's like, "Oh."
yeah, poor thing.
It's so ugly.
It's bad.
Like you could hear Athena go, "That's so classy." Like, what?
What? What are you? What world are you on, girl?
I know. And Tula's just like, "Oh my God." So I think she's just sort of like, it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. She's not going to win this battle.
Yeah. We get another nice scene. She's in bed, getting ready for bed. And Nick comes in and he shows her that he's signing up for art classes at the college. And she's like, I'm so, like, that's amazing. Like, I'm so proud of you. And he's like, you did it first. You led the way. So he was like inspired by her to sort of
I
follow
wrote
his
that down. Yeah,
dreams.
that she inspired her brother. That
Yeah.
to follow your dreams, to change yourself and not be the what everybody expects of you.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And then the next day, Tula is bringing Ian's parents to meet her parents. And it's supposed to just be like her parents, her brother, and Ian and his parents. Because she calls her mom and her mom's chopping potatoes. And she's like, I already cut the potatoes this morning. And she's like, well, we needed more. And she's like, why?
And you look behind her mom, and there's like mounds of potatoes.
She's called like the second Irish potato famine is happening because of the amount of potatoes these people are using. And the mom's like, oh, well, I invited the family. And Tula's like, you invited the whole family? Mom, I told them it was going to be like a small dinner to meet my parents. And she's like, well, they're going to meet the family eventually.
Why not now?
And then you see Uncle Taki. She's like, oh, I got to go. Taki's here. And he's got an entire lamb skinned to
Well,
roast on a spit.
hey, you know, with when in Rome, no, sorry,
When in
when
Athens.
when in Athens. So
Or when in Mykonos. I think Aunt Vula says they're from Mykonos. When in
Mykonos.
Mykonos. Um, the whole so then like when Ian and Tula and his parents pull up, her entire family is on the front lawn, surrounded by like tiki torches with two, not one but two spits going roasting lambs on their front lawn.
Lawn.
And Ian's parents look terrified.
They're- they it's like they stumbled on some barbaric ritual of some sort. It's like
I mean, they were already like freaked out just by like Tula's name, it seemed like, and then seeing all
right,
these people, they
yeah.
were like, oh God.
Yeah, the
And
fire, there's fire and live and the animals being roasted on spits. So,
yes, and then so Tula's dad comes to introduce them to everyone. This is, I know, one of your favorite lines. So he goes, this is my brother so and so, his wife so and so, and their kids, Anita, Diane, and Nick. My brother so and so, his wife so and so, their kids, Anita, Diane, and Nick. We do a couple more rounds of that, then it's like Nick, Nick, Nico, Nikki, Nico,
Nicholas,
Nick, Nicholas, Nikolai, and I am Gus.
I love that.
And then he like it's like awkward for a second, and then he hugs Ian's dad, but it's like he's tackling him with like the force. And the dad's kind of just like, oh, like,
Yeah, he almost like jumps on him. Yeah, he's like,
mm-hmm.
grabs him and like he's going to wrestle him to the ground. So,
Yes. And then the mom comes out, and this is like what you were saying, Jim. Like she's like, I have to talk like extra loud to these. I have to talk like I'm talking to children. She goes, I am Maria Portucalos. Welcome to my home. And then Ian's mom, Harriet, or Harry, has a bunt cake and she offers it to Maria and she goes, oh, thank you. This is one that I do also very often. This is my friend Lauren and I. She goes, oh, thank you. What is it? And the mom goes, it's a bunt. Because it is a bunt cake, with the that's
yeah.
just like a ring. It's a bunt. She goes, a bun? A bun? A bunt. Bunt. A bunk? A bunk? It's a bunt. And then one of the other relatives is like, it's a cake, Maria. And she goes, oh, I know. It's a cake. One of my favorite parts ever. It's a cake. So she takes it in and then
Well, doesn't the ant go? It has a hole in it. It's
yeah,
like,
but she's like, oh, it's
yeah.
a cake. And then she turns around and immediately says to the end, she goes, this cake has a hole in it. And then Nico tells Ian, like, hey, you should tell everybody, like, let's go inside. And I'll tell you how to say it in Greek. And Ian's like, I'm not falling for that again. And he says, like, it's like ekotrio orchidia or something like that. And Ian's like, And then so he goes, Angelo, how do you say, like, let's go inside? And he says, ekotrio orchidia. And so he announces it, which it actually means I have three testicles. This time Angelo was just in on it. So you can see he says it, and then the group just starts cracking up, like the whole family. So then Ian's like chasing after Nico and Angelo. And then Rodney and Harriet are inside being regaled by Aunt Vula. She's talking about they're from Mykonos, and then she goes, "Now you're family, I tell you."
Go.
I had the lump on the side of my neck. I went to the doctor and he did a bopopsy. Inside the lump, they found teeth and a spinal column. Inside the lump was my twin. And then I love someone immediately comes and goes, "Spanakopita?" They look disgusted, but also spanakopita is good, first of all. It's
Oh
just a
yeah.
spinach pie.
Yeah.
But so inside the lump was my twin. See, this is why Aunt Fool is like my favorite.
Bubsy.
Bopsy? Bopsy?
Also, she has her hair has like the streak,
Yes, she has like black hair, but with like a streak of gray in the front,
like
like
what's her name
Rogue.
from 101 Dalmatians?
Oh, like Cruella de Vil. Yeah, I was
Cruella
also thinking like
Deville.
Rogue from
Oh, right,
X-Men.
right, right, right. So,
But yeah, she's hilarious.
yes.
And then she's immediately just like, okay, anyways.
Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, yeah.
And then they start bringing them shots of Uzo, like a lot of them. Like, yasus, just over, sunyasus, sunyasus, yasus. And they're just like, oh, okay. And they're just like,
What
just keep coming.
the first taste, the dad, oh, it's licorice. So I guess he likes licorice. So,
Hmm.
and as I
And
said
then
before, I don't.
the mom goes, delicious.
And then you just keep, chugging them down.
Hmm. And then the dad comes in to serve them the lamb on a plate. And like you could see, like we're seeing from their perspective that they're getting like a little woozy. And then the mom comes in, she's like, look, it's your cake. And she's put like a little flower pot in the middle of the
I love
cake
that.
to fill the hole.
I swear
Because
the
she
next time I
obviously
get
thought it was like a mistake.
the next time I'm gonna that ever I see a bun cake, I'm gonna think of it with a flower pot in the
Hmm.
middle of it. So
This cake has a hole in it. That's what you're gonna think. And then afterwards, once again, we hear Gus is upset. And I think he's a little valid on this one.
uh,
Mostly I'm not on his side, but I think because he's like, we tried, we were nice to them, and they still like don't accept us. He says they're dry like toast. He's Zeno. Um this toast family, the Millers. They are dry like toast.
they are. So, but he says they look at them like they're in a zoo.
Yeah. And he's not wrong about that.
No, he because they look at him like they're some sort of spectacle.
Like they're
Like
crazy. And it's like, I'm sorry, you live in Chicago. You've never seen like any people from like a different like ethnic group than you.
I guess when you're
They,
you
yeah,
isolate that your own little world in your neighborhood. Yeah,
mm,
so
that's true. Then we do get a scene of Ian telling his friend Mike that he can't be the best man. And he's kind of like, okay, because you have to be Greek Orthodox. And his friend does not care. And he's like, hey, I'll set you up with like one of Tula's cousins. And he's like, I don't know about that.
yeah. He says, well, as long as you get me a name tag that says, best man, or something
Hmm.
like that,
Yeah.
something like that. So,
He's like, oh, I can like, he's like, because you're basically the best man to me. So he's like, oh, I can be the best man without like doing anything. Great.
yeah, really, yeah.
Um, and then I think it's like the night before the wedding, and Tula is talking to her mom, and she's like, is this like my wedding like killing dad? And the mom's like, no. Like he's fine. Like we came here and we made all these sacrifices. Like he wants you to be happy. That's like what we did all of this for, is for you to be happy. And like he'll be fine, basically. And then Yaya comes And she has this like box of like
I think this is so sweet.
it really is. She has this like box of memories, like pictures of her when she was younger and like all this stuff. And she has the little like crowns from the wedding because they put like crowns. So it's like clearly maybe from like her own wedding and like they're
That's what
all
I'm
just
thinking.
like
Yeah, they're like
she
dried
puts it on
flowers.
yeah, she puts it on Tula and like they're all like kind of together looking in the mirror, like smiling. It's really sweet.
It's like what's the three generations, and
Yeah.
then it's just because Yaya's has a lucid moment at this point, and she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't think she's still fighting the Turks. So, uh, but anyway, so
Everybody loves the wedding, I guess.
yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah, it's very sweet. It's very sweet. It makes me a little sad because my grandparents are all dead. So by the time I get
oh,
married, I won't get to do that. But
oh,
it's all right. It'll be fine. But
they'll
it is
be
a
with
nice,
they'll be with you.
yeah, I know. It is a nice moment, though. It's a very sweet
Yeah,
moment.
it is. Yeah.
And then things take a turn because it's the morning of the wedding. And like Tula wakes up and the house is full of people, which this reminds me like I was 14 when my mom got remarried. And a lot of people came in from out of town. So a lot of people, like, people were staying in my room and the guest room and stuff. So I had to sleep on the couch. So I was like in the living room
Oh
and I
God,
like woke up and I was just like,
there was all this commotion.
people, activity, like someone's making bouquets, like there's people getting, I was just like,
You
oh my
thought,
God,
what the hell?
this is too much. Like, I'm not a morning person. Okay. I wake up, I lay in bed for a little while, then I'm ready to face the world and people.
Sort
I got to
of.
defrost a little bit. You know what I
I
mean? I got
get
to
you.
thaw
No,
out.
I yeah, you just don't
So to be
roll out.
met by immediately like a house full of people is like, oh, I don't like this. like Tula also wakes up with a huge zit.
Oh,
And we see like Nikki's bleaching her mustache, like all the bridesmaids, there's a million bridesmaids, like every cousin is a bridesmaid. They're doing their nails,
their
um,
hair.
their hair, they got rollers on. And then I love they're like, Tula's got a big zit, and the dad's like, put some Windex on it. And then Nico tries to sneak in while they're all getting ready to take pictures, and they're like, "Give us a camera!" They immediately just like pounds on him. "Give us a camera! Get out of here! No boys
that
allowed!"
that was funny though, where he goes like oh ladies, and then they turn around and he snaps their
Yes, because
picture.
he's like he acts like he's like bringing them food or something. He's like,
Yeah,
"Ladies, like
yeah.
breakfast," and then
Uh-huh. Oh, I know. He's a mess.
everyone's just like surrounding Tula, like putting makeup and touching her hair. She's just being like prodded from every direction. And then her mom and her Aunt Vula get in her face, and she's like, Tula, it is your wedding night. Let me tell you what my mother told me. And she says something like, Greek women are lambs in the kitchen, but we are tigers in the bedroom. And Tula's like, let that be the end. It's like,
Don't say
and then,
anything else.
please don't say anything else. And then, like, Athena comes and she's like, why is no one ready? The photographer's here. And then they're all like, ah, like running in this horrible blue dresses.
I was getting ready to say those dresses.
And then they get Tula ready and she looks ridiculous. Once again, it looks like a wedding dress from the 80s. Like the big poofy and all the stuff on it. Her hair's poofy. She's got a big poofy veil. She says, I look like a snow beast. And she does.
She does.
She's like
And she's
the
covered from head to toe,
yes,
in white.
white tool poof.
Yeah.
She's like the Bumble from Rudolph.
Exactly.
And then they have the wedding ceremony. It's really beautiful. It's in the church. It's in Greek, which is I think common in like Greek Orthodox weddings. The one that I went to was in Greek. There's
Okay.
also it makes me think of this one. There's a show. It doesn't come on. Well, they play reruns, but I don't think they make new episodes on TLC called Four Weddings, in which four strangers, like there's four strangers, they go to each other's weddings and like rate them,
Oh,
and whoever is rated the highest gets wins like a honeymoon.
really?
It's a horrible premise.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen that. So,
But there is one, so it's like they give a score out of 10 for experience and then they rank them on food, dress
oh,
and like venue.
okay.
But there was one woman, one season I watched, who she was Greek, and so her wedding was in Greek. And the woman, one of the women who came, like gave her a low rating. She's like, "Well, I couldn't understand what was happening." And it's like, it's not about you. This wedding was not designed for you.
You, yeah.
But I just thought of, I always think of that when I see this part now. But it is a little bit sad also. Like if you look at the audience, Tula's side is full, and Ian's side has like 3 rows of people.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot.
And I do love his dad is like, it's all Greek to me.
Yeah, because his mom goes, "How do we know what's happening?" He goes, "I don't know." So
It's all Greek to me. I was like, that
it
is a good dad joke, top tier dad joke.
it is.
But Tula is explaining to Ian what's happening, and they have the little crowns on with like the ribbon and stuff. And then also, now the bridesmaids have made their outfits worse because now they're wearing like a blue brocade jacket, like a little shrug bolero jacket with this ugly dress. And I'm like, ugh. And the groomsmen have a matching like brocade, their vest.
Vests
They look like they're going to prom.
in 1980.
Yeah, like a tacky prom. I was like, oh God, it's horrible to look at. But anyways, and then they're married, and they run out and to the limo, and it's like they run. It wasn't even, usually there's like a procession where people are like
Oh,
waiting and you walk through them. They book it,
I know. Because I was thinking the same thing. Because usually everybody goes outside the church then before they go out.
and they're
Before the
like
marriage
throwing rice
rice
and
or or
whatever.
or releasing pigeons or I don't know,
Hmm.
shooting guns depending on where what country you're in. But yeah, it's like and God, didn't you love the limo?
Yes, it's a white limo that's also decorated with like white and light blue flowers like all over it. Which I do, I guess everything does have to be white and blue
Yeah,
because they're
and
Greek.
it's a huge stretch limo, which
Hmm.
is fabulous. So,
Yes.
uh,
Classic. Yeah, they go into the limo and she immediately starts wiping off her makeup. And he's like, "Did your aunts do your makeup? Because I know some, like, there's some drag queens that could learn a thing or two from them." And then she starts pulling off, like, she pulls off, she has like gloves on that she takes off, and that she's like, "I just got so much stuff on me." Um,
she
uh,
pulling the flowers off of her
yes,
dress.
it reminds me of there's a sketch on the show I like. If you know people, if you know, I think you should leave. Where in one of the sketches they're doing like a prank show, and the guy has like a suit on, but it's like a disguise suit. It's like a human suit, so he's supposed to look like a different guy, but it's like it's like so thick and hot he hates it. He's just like, I can't do this. I don't want to be here anymore. And he just goes, I've got so much shit on me, man. And that's what I thought. She's just like, God, I have so many things. She's pulling off bows, and she takes
Yeah,
off the veil and pulling off like her earrings and this big, like thick pearl choker she's wearing. And he's just like, yes, take it all off. Like, I just want to see like you. And then it's the reception and the dad gives a speech. Another top tier dad joke. He's talking about, he's doing a general thing. Miller comes from Greek word like milos, which means apple. Portokalos in Greek mean orange. So we are different, but in the end we all fruit. And everyone laughs. I was like, that is so sweet.
it
Again, a great
is.
dad joke. And they say they have a gift for them, and they hand Ian an envelope. And Ian opens it up and he's like, they bought us a house.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh my God," and Tula goes, "What?" And yeah,
They bought us a house. Imagine. In today's economy, imagine in today's economy, your parents pay for your wedding and buy you a house.
I was good, and and
You can tell me
invited
what to do
like
for the rest of my life.
it invited everybody and people you don't know to your reception, and paid
Hmm.
for that. Yeah, and
Yeah,
bought you
all
a house.
forgiven. These ugly dresses, beautiful.
I was getting ready to say, so this will be a treasured memory forever in your life, right?
Indeedy.
Exactly. So,
And then they like Tula and her dad both are kind of like welling up and they hug very intensely. And then the dad also hugs Ian and the mom
Yeah.
hugs. And then it's time to dance, oppa. Even Ian's parents, they're getting up, they're like, come on, Harry.
And they well, wait a minute, we need an Uzo before we
Yeah,
can
they
have
drink
it.
some
Yeah,
ouzo.
yeah.
Yasses. And then they're all dancing. And I like Aunt Vula's sitting with her husband. She goes, oh, Taki, he looks Greek about Ian.
Yeah. And he
And
kind of
then
does a little,
you could
he's
see it. Yeah,
he
yeah.
could
Why not?
he could be Greek. He's got like the wavy kind of hair and stuff. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm. He's just a little pale, but like,
I was gonna yeah,
be in the sun
yeah,
more. It
yeah,
seems like it
yeah.
was winter.
Maybe he's from northern Greece. I don't know. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, and then we get sort of like the little epilogue, and it's they moved into the house, and not long after she got pregnant, and then 6 years later, their daughter is going to Greek school, and she's like, "Mom, I wish I could go to Brownies," and she's like, "I know, but I'll let you marry whoever you want."
But you got to go to Greek school.
And the dad's
Oh,
like, "Oh, thanks, honey." And then they're walking to Greek school, and what do we learn? Where is this house? It's next door to Tula's parents.
it's the one right next door to him.
Literally right
So
next door. So they're walking by and like it's like
there's the
Gus,
pillars.
Maria, Yaya,
Right.
they're all out front. Like,
Yeah. And what's do we what did they say the daughter's name? Is it
well, in the next one, it's her name is Paris in the
Paris? That's
sequel because
yes.
she's like a
Yeah.
teenager.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's yeah. But yeah, uh that was so that was cute where she goes, "Yes, I know, but I will let you marry whoever you want."
It's sweet. And that is my big fat Greek wedding.
It's a sweet movie. It really
It's
is.
great.
It
And there's
is.
just so many good lines.
I can't wait for at your wedding for the blue dresses to come out. So I'm just saying. So at least I know from meeting some of your friends and stuff. I know I'll hear some of the lines anyway from the movie. So
Of course.
of
Of course.
course. So
Yes.
uh,
So
I
yeah,
gotta.
um should we talk
Oh
about who's in it?
yeah, let's because it's a great cast, but we've got some cast members to get through.
Indeed. So Tula Portokalos is played by Nia Vardalos, as we talked about. She's also in the sequels to this in the show. She's also in My Life in Ruins for a Good Time Call. She's a voice on the TV show Star versus the Forces of Evil. She was on several episodes of Law and Order Special Victims Unit, playing
Oh,
a defense attorney. She was,
okay.
how they always have like recurring defense attorneys on their shows.
Yeah,
She was one of the recurring defense attorneys. Um,
she
Ian
was
Mill.
good in My Life in Ruins, by the way. That's a good movie.
I don't think
That's
I've seen
cute.
that.
She plays a tour guide,
Oh yeah,
and
I think I've
yeah,
heard of it, but I don't know that I've
yeah,
watched
it's
it.
cute like this one. It's sweet.
Nice. Her husband Ian Miller, played by John Corbett, who I think for me, I always think of, and I think maybe a lot of people in my sort of demographic, we think of him as Aidan Shaw from Sex and the City, Sex and the City 2, the movie, and just like that. So the Sex and the City universe, he's one of Carrie's like two main boyfriends.
Oh, okay.
Um, he's in a lot of television, I would say. Northern Exposure, United States of Terra. He's on the Netflix movies, the To All the Boys I've Loved Before, those movies. He plays the girl's dad.
Oh,
He was
okay.
in the movie Raising Helen. Um, Lots of things.
So shout out, by the way, from Wheeling, West Virginia. So West
Indeed.
Virginia in the house. So
Yes.
just saying.
Also, he's married to Bo Derek.
I did not know that. Really?
Mhm. Yeah.
Did not know that. Hmm.
So famous like
Interesting.
model actress. Maria Portokalos is played by an actress we've seen before, Lainey Kazan, who was the mom in My Favorite Year, for which I think she like won awards.
Mm-hmm. I believe so. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she was nominated for a Golden Globe for her role.
In My Favorite Year.
Yes, and I guess it was a stage musical first, and she won a Tony for her performance in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, She has also been on The Nanny. She was in the movie Harry and the Hendersons, The Paper Chase, Karen's Song. She was on My Big Fat Greek Life, the TV show. She's in all the sequels. Had an arc on Desperate Housewives. So she's another person that's been, and she's done a lot of Broadway also.
Hmm. I think she's one of the most talented actors I ever. I mean, she can do everything. So,
She's so funny. She's so good in this movie. I love her.
um,
Shout out to her. She's 86,
yeah.
still going. The dad, Gus or Costas Portocalis, is played by Michael Constantine, who sadly has passed away. Um, they dedicated the third movie. So he's in the first and second movie. He's not in the third one, but they dedicated it to him. Um, but he started doing a lot of television work. So like he was on uh, a show called Room 222, where he was a high school principal, and he like won awards for that. He was on the sitcom Sorota's Court. He's also been he was on My Big Fat Greek Life. He was in movies Question of Faith, Prancer. He's also done work on stage.
Hmm.
He started on stage in New York, in things like Inherit the Wind, and then he was in The Hustler. He was on Perry Mason, um, the television show The Untouchables. So yeah, he's been in a lot of TV and movies over the years, going back to like the 60s.
I remember him as the principal of the high school in Room 222
Hmm.
on TV. I think that was probably the first thing that I remember seeing him in. So,
Yeah. So he also a real Greek, one of the few real Greeks in the movie. His real name is Gus Efstratio. Efstratiu, I guess. Sorry to anyone who's Greek. So he passed away in 2021, age 94. So rest in peace to uh, Mr. Gus. Aunt Vula, played by Andrea Martin, who like a lot of like several actors we've talked about, like John Candy, she got her start in Second City and Second City TV. She was also on this other TV shows like Great News, Evil. She's been in other movies like Black Christmas, Wag the Dog, Voices in Anastasia and the Rugrats movie, Hedwig and the Angry Inch. She's just like a hilarious person,
mm,
like a comedy legend. She's done a ton of theater too. She was also in My Favorite Year, which she won a Tony for. She was in Pippin, Candide, Oklahoma, Fiddler on the Roof, lots of things. So
very
she's
talented, and I think
mhm,
she just really shines in this one. So
she's so good. She's so
she is.
funny. Um,
I mean, she's a scene stealer to me in this,
mhm,
don't you think? I mean, every time she's on, it's like it's she's just really good.
yeah. And so she's actually Armenian, is her of descent.
Oh
So like
well,
not too far
yeah, yeah,
from
yeah.
Greece. Apparently, she's very close friends with Tina Fey, citing an Armenian Greek kinship that she feels with her. So,
There you go. So,
Tina Fey, also Greek. Her name is like, it's Stamatina,
oh, okay.
in case anyone was wondering. So, another Greek. Greeks are everywhere. The brother, Nick Portocalis, is played by Louis Mandylor, who is, he's Australian, but his parents are from Greece.
I saw that. Yeah. So
Um,
my mistake. I thought he was. I thought he was doing a really good job of his accent, but yeah, evidently
Yeah. He was like his American
he.
accent, but yeah,
Yeah.
his born name is not Louis Mandylor. His born name is Elias Theodosopoulos. So this is his biggest role. He's had small roles in other films and like some TV things, but I think this is his big.
I would. Yeah. He looks familiar to me, and I think though I think it's probably from these movies.
Yeah, yeah, that's always the hard part. Like he was like recurring cast on Nash Bridges,
Oh, I used to watch Nash Bridges,
Grace
so it
Under
may
Fire.
okay.
So, but he's had like one episode appearances on a lot of TV shows.
Okay.
So, you might have seen him once or twice there. Uncle Taki, played by Jerry Mendocino. He has also been in TV series King of Kensington. He's from Canada, so these are probably Canadian. He started on the television series King of Kensington. He hosted the children's television series Polka Dot Door. He portrayed Sam Ramone in the television series Ready or Not. But I think this again is his most notable role. But he's another person that's been in like a bunch of movies with like smaller
Okay.
roles. Um, Cousin Angelo is played by Joey Fatone, who's known for being in NSYNC. Joey from NSYNC. Cousin Nikki, played by Gia Carides, another Greek person. Um, Also Australian. She was in the movie Strictly Ballroom, the movie Brilliant Lies, and then doing this. She also did some Australian television. She has a role in Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, which I
Oh.
think I do remember because she played Robin Swallows, whose maiden name was Spitz. She was in Primary Colors. She guested on Without a Trace. Like she's been in all the sequels. So and Yaya, played by Bess Meisler, who is still alive today, as we said, at 104 years old. She's
You
been in
go, yeah,
other,
yeah.
yes, she's been in other movies like Daddy Daycare, um, Room Six, The Perfect Family. She's had guest roles on TV shows like Malcolm in the Middle and The Comeback. Um, her parents also Jewish immigrants. So she's also, I mean, not Jewish. Well, they were Jewish, but also Greek, immigrant
Greek.
Greek Jews,
Got it.
um, Greek and Jewish. And she's been on Broadway and stuff like that too. Ian's friend Mike is played by Ian Gomez. This was Nia Vardalos' real life husband, who she like based all of this on. They are divorced now. That's why he wasn't in the third one because they got divorced. He is one of those people that has been in a lot of stuff. I think he's a very recognizable face.
Yeah.
He was on the television series Felicity. He was on the television series Cougar Town. He was on the Drew Carey Show. He has been on Curb Your Enthusiasm, Jake in Progress, just tons of like guesting on tons of TV shows. He was in the movie Richard Jewell. A lot of the movies that Nia wrote, Connie and
Mm.
Carla, My Life in Ruins, I Hate Valentine's Day, My Big Greek Wedding 2. Um, he did in real life convert to being Greek Orthodox to marry Nia Vardalos, as depicted in the movie. He is Puerto Rican and Russian Jewish descent, but he's like in a lot of movies, just in like kind
He's a
of
very
small.
familiar. I think I remember him most from the Drew Carey show when I first,
Yeah.
because I was a big fan of that show, and he is
Mhm.
very funny. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not in this movie a lot, so
Mhm.
I'm sure she, there was, because they were married, and also took his first name for her leading man. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wonder how he felt about the scenes in the car. So,
I mean, he's an actor, so
I
you
get
got
it,
to
I
get used
guess.
to it.
So yeah, so
But yeah, he's been on a ton of TV. He was also on the Norm Show, uh, The
oh,
Connors.
with Norm Macdonald.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So yeah, he's been on a ton of things. And then I'll finish with Ian's parents. Rodney, played by Bruce Gray, also has passed away. They also dedicated the third movie to him. He was in a lot of things too. He was in Starship Troopers. He was on the TV series Traitors, Passions, Medium. He was in Babylon 5. He had appearances on several of the Star Trek TV shows, Enterprise, The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine. He was also in like All My Children, Queer as Folk. So lots and lots of different TV shows and some different films. He was in SWAT, Monster in Law, Evan Almighty, Water for Elephants. He's in the sequel, My Big Cat Greek Wedding too, and some small roles and things before that too. And he passed away in 2017.
Yeah, I remember him from Starship Troopers, a small role, but yeah, that I kept thinking, oh, and then from this movie as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he had a pretty productive career as well. He was in a lot of TV shows. His mom was
Fiona Reed.
that's a I always like the name Fiona.
Yeah, same. She was also in the TV series King of Kensington, funny enough, which
Hmm.
Uncle Taki was on, so maybe they knew each other. She was also in films including One Week, The Time Traveler's Wife. She's been on Broadway. She's in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway.
Oh, still like currently?
She started in 2019, so she probably still isn't there, but yeah.
Oh, huh.
Um, and she's been in a lot of films, like again, small roles, TV, guest spots, that kind of stuff. But I think this also again rose to be one of her biggest roles.
She was good, and they were both funny in this. They didn't have a whole lot, but I thought both of them did a good job of portraying their characters.
Mm-hmm. This
You
like
know, with
up very uptight, waspy
toast,
couple.
toast,
It's a bunt. Bunt.
dry as toast.
Those people. So yeah, that's the cast. I think ultimately, like, this is a movie. It's a comedy, but it's also got a heart. It's about family and like love and like culture and the ways that those things like can drive you a little crazy and bump up against each other. And but at the end of the day, we all fruit. So yeah, I just think it just the lines, the delivery, the comedic timing, it gets me every time. These lines make me so happy. I could just like I could text one of my friends right now and just say like something out of context. A bunt. It's a bunt, you know?
And they would immediately
Mhm.
respond back in kind.
Kimono, kimono, kimono. Like my friend was explaining something to me like over text that had nothing to do with this, and she goes, "What do you wear in winter? A robe." There you go. That was like the follow-up text. So
That's funny.
it fits everywhere.
Of course, it's like lines from The Godfather. You can use it in everyday life, right? So,
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah,
and I think
it's
this one has all the. I'm sorry, it has all
mhm,
the ingredients that we've talked about, especially you for a
mhm,
good romantic comedy. It has the chemistry. It has the portrayals.
mhm.
But there has to be
Right.
interaction between all the cast members, and it is here.
Mhm.
It not just the romantic couple, but also the family
Mhm.
and the relations and stuff. So
Yeah, and I think it has the chemistry at the center. Like this is a couple, they sell it, like you believe it that these two people like are attracted to each other and love each other. There are obstacles to their love, but they are their silliness, but they make it through because they love each other at the end of the day, and like that's
it,
a nice
that's all
part.
that matters. Yeah,
Yeah.
that they have each other, and they know that that's all they care about. And even the family comes to realize that it's whatever they thought was gonna it wasn't gonna
Mhm.
work or whatever. They do love each other, and it
Yes.
and like her
And
mom says, it's done.
yes.
It's done. So and we just have to now we got to roll with it. So
Exactly. And like the goal of all this really is for our kids to be happy. So,
yeah. So great choice though. Very good selection. So
thanks. You know, it's just
enjoyed it.
I just wanted to watch something fun
Yeah,
that I love, that I
it
could recite all the dialogue from.
and not that I'm an expert on accents, but I think your accent is spot on too. So
Thank
just
you. It's probably because I've watched this movie like 1,000 times.
probably you if you know
Greek.
if you could be Greek.
I could pass, I think. I
Yeah,
got curly
yeah,
hair.
yeah. Yeah. So uh,
I'm swarthy.
you don't have sideburns though, so we got maybe we
I have to work on it.
yeah maybe let them grow a little
Yeah,
bit. So
yeah. I'll I'll
yeah.
I'll get to work on that.
So yeah, then just don't get that lump on your neck
No,
with your
inside the lump.
twin, with your twin. So
Uh,
I always know it's a good movie for me to enjoy because I don't write very much at first, and then I have to stop the movie and I gotta go
that's what I
back.
had to do too. I just start watching it and I'm like, oh, I
I
gotta like
know,
take notes.
I just enjoy, I sit there and I
Hmm.
laugh, and then I think, oh wait a minute, I got to write this stuff down. So, by the way,
Exactly.
yeah, to our listeners, if you all think that this isn't so we don't consider it work because we love what we do. We like what we're doing in this, but there's a lot more to it that we just don't watch the movie and then jot down notes. At least I don't, and I'm sure Lindsay doesn't do the same thing. It for an hour and a half movie, and Lindsay spends a lot more time editing and so on, but for an hour and a half movie, it usually takes me about 3 to 4 hours because I have to watch, write, watch, write, watch, write. So,
Mm.
it's yeah, so we do this out of love. So
Yeah, we're really putting in the work, okay?
I'm just saying, so you hopefully will enjoy what we have to say. It's not just sitting in a movie theater and watching and eating popcorn. So
Hmm.
anyway,
Yeah. Well, anything else you want to say about this movie?
no, just again, a really fun movie and a really enjoyable movie to watch. So thank you for picking
Yeah.
this. This was great.
I will say to our listeners, it's only about an hour and a half, so a great, like, pretty quick watch. And
Hmm.
it's available on HBO Max if you have that. So easy to find, easy to stream. I think all of them are on there, actually. So if you want to watch this and then the sequels, you can do that too. Thank you all for listening. Please be sure to subscribe wherever you're listening to this so you can get our episodes delivered to you every Monday when they come out. Please leave a rating, review, or a comment. Hopefully, it's a nice one, or else we will send Yaya to your roof or basement to yell at you about being Turks. Follow us on Instagram at Some of Our Parts Pod. You can see all the movies that we've talked about, all of our episodes, and when a new episode's coming out, we share a little preview of what's to come, and then we share whatever else strikes our fancy. So come check it out. And with that, bye bye.
Take care.
Whoopa!